Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Harpreet and today finally we are going to move on to the part 3 of our body paragraphs. Yes, let me tell you that a series of questions have been going on in which I have been telling you that how to write the body paragraphs for essays. And the first two videos are already out. And here I'll be telling you how to write effective body paragraphs by covering the third question. So what to wait for? Let's get started. Alright, so let me start by telling you the question first and then I'll be explaining you how to write the body paragraphs, okay? So let's start with the question. It goes like this. Many people are of the opinion that putting criminals in prison is not severe enough as a form of punishment. Others, however, believe that imprisonment is one of the most effective ways of punishing wrongdoers. Alright. Now the question is asking for what is your opinion on that? Which one do you think is more effective in terms of punishing criminals? So let me explain you the question first. The question is that the criminals are being given the punishment. That punishment is of imprisonment. But many people think that this imprisonment is not enough for them because many of them, they don't learn from this kind of punishment. So should they be given just the imprisonment or can there be any other punishment as well? Okay, so I need to write my own opinion as well along with telling them that what could be the most effective way of punishing the wrongdoer, that means the criminals. In the previous videos, the ideas for this particular question have already been discussed. I have already discussed how to write the introduction for this particular essay. So you must go and watch those videos. I'll be putting their links in the description box. Alright, so now how to write the body paragraphs. Most important. Now I have told you that try to write 3 body paragraphs instead of 2. Why? Because it will be very easy for you to explain onto the things. And every paragraph must have a set format. Because this is why you'll be able to structure your thoughts in a proper manner, and coherence and cohesion, task achievement, all the things will also be there. Okay? So first of all, you need to describe the main idea. First, every paragraph must start with a title. Okay, title of the paragraph, like in a particular paragraph, what do you mean to say? What is the main idea that you will be discussing? So one paragraph must contain one particular information only. Okay, after describing your idea, then you need to explain your point. Why are you telling that? Or how can you support that idea of yours? So you need to explain the idea of yours by giving relevant reasons. Explanation as in why or how this is a problem, or why or how you have told, or how can you support this explanation of yours. Okay? Then, in order to validate your point, you need to exemplify that. To tell that yes, actually something has happened. This is actually evident. So you have to give examples that are relevant to the above point of yours. You need to exemplify your point. Okay? And after exemplifying, then obviously you need to tell the result or the consequence, that if this thing is going to happen, then what could happen? What could be the result of it? I hope you have understood now. I can give you a brief gist of it once again. So I was telling you that first you need to describe the idea of yours by giving a title sentence. Then obviously you have to explain the points, but that why are you saying those? Okay, obviously, if you have to convince somebody, so how do you convince? By explaining them further. Alright, then afterwards, you need to exemplify your point, you need to give example, only one example would be more than enough. And then tell the conclusion of it, the result, a concluding line. And yes, I have told the conclusion because it is the concluding sentence for that paragraph of yours. It binds that paragraph of yours together. Okay, so this is what you need to do. I know you will be better able to understand when we actually move on to how to write the body paragraphs. So without wasting any more time, let's move on to the first body paragraph. First, you need to join every paragraph with a connecting line or a transitional phrase. Okay, so the connector is on the one side. Okay, then my descriptive sentence will start. Imprisonment plays a vital role in preventing outlaws from committing criminal deeds again and again. Yes, when the wrongdoers they are put behind the bars, they will not be able to commit the crime again. So this is what I have just told. I have given the title to my idea. Now I need to explain that. And for explanation also, I have to put a connector first. And the connector that I have used is to substantiate. So to substantiate, when they get incarcerated means when they are put behind the bars. When they get incarcerated, they are forced to stay away from their loved ones, which makes them remorse their illicit acts. Illicit means poor, bad acts, wrongful deeds. So see, I have explained that when they are behind the bars, they remorse, they feel bad, right? They get upset, and then it is a lesson for them. I'll tell you further. Consequently, they tend to never indulge in antisocial activities once they serve out the prison sentence. Yes, so once they have completed their punishment, once they have come out of the prison, they have already learned a lesson. So they will not repeat those things once again because they know the repercussions of it. Okay, so my first idea is clear, proper with the explanations. Now I need to give the result and tell the example first. So the example goes like this. To illustrate a connector first, according to a report by Reuters in 2018, 79% of convicts in Japan did not break the law even after getting released from jails, thereby making them peaceful citizens. Now, thereby making them peaceful citizens, you must have understood that it's the result, it's the consequence. And this particular phrase has bind the whole paragraph together. See how easy the example is. You need not always give the real examples. You can give fake examples as such. They must have a factual data to it and they look real. Okay. Let's move on to the second body paragraph now. The second body paragraph starts like this. Now, as I have used the connector on the one hand in first body paragraph, I am going to use the connector on the other hand. You can call it a connector, a connecting phrase, or a transitional phrase as per your choice. So, let's move on further. On the other hand, prison sentences prove to be ineffective in case of penalizing brutal criminals. I have given my other view that when only just the prison sentence is given, they are ineffective because there is no impact on the mind of the criminals, especially the ones who are heinous criminals, those who commit heinous crimes, brutal crimes. Okay, I need to explain that now. So for explanation, I have used the connector to explain. It goes like this. To explain, since such convicts have committed heinous crimes, confining them to jails hardly brings about any change in their behavior. Alright, why? Because they know that they will eventually get out after serving out that sentence. They are so sure that imprisonment is for some period of time. So when they have moved out of that prison sentence, they are free and they are free to commit the crime again. This prison sentences hardly puts any impact on their life. Now I need to tell the result of it. Okay, let's have a look. How am I explaining that point? Therefore, the purpose of transforming them into civilized individuals does not get fulfilled, failing to reduce the crime rate from society. Now, because just 3 prison sentences are given, they do not get impacted and subsequently the crime rate is not getting controlled. So this is what I have explained by telling the result. Yes, it's not important to give the example in each and every paragraph. In one of the paragraphs, you can skip to give the example also because you need to take care of the word limit as well. So example is there to validate your point further. Okay, but if your point is already very well explained and you don't feel the need of giving the example, you can skip giving the example in any one of the paragraph when you're writing 3 body paragraphs. Okay, but you need to make sure that the examples are there in at least 2 body paragraphs. Let's move on to the third body paragraph now. As opinion was specifically asked in the question, so what do I need to do now? I will have to give the opinion paragraph specifically in the question. That means my third body paragraph will consist of the opinion and I have to start the opinion paragraph again with a connecting phrase and the connector that I'll be using is in my opinion. So let's see what I have written here. In my opinion, the most effective method of dealing with delinquents is executing them. Again, a descriptive sentence has started. So the most effective way is to execute them. That means to give them capital punishment. Explanation for it now. It not only brings down the reconviction rate to almost negligible, but also leads to a safer society. Now, what am I trying to tell here? That by executing these somber criminals, by executing them, the reconviction rate, that means the tendency to commit the crime again, will reduce, and it will eventually lead to a safer society. When the crimes are not there, obviously the denizens will be safe. Okay, now I need to exemplify this. As in the case of Arab countries such as Dubai and Abu Dhabi, where criminals get hanged till death. So example has been provided, but the example is so crisp. Hence, I would like to tell you here that it's not important that you always have to give big examples with factual data in that. You can give those kind of general examples also, which are actually relevant, which are actually prevalent here, and you already know that this is the thing. Alright. So I hope you have understood this one. Now is the time to provide the result, the consequence of this particular paragraph or my opinion. And it goes like this. It is because the potential miscreants will not dare to break the law due to the fear of severe consequences they will have to face in the end. That means if you are executing all the criminals, the somber criminals, those who have created a mess in the society, they will be knowing beforehand that what would be the consequence of these acts of theirs. So they will be very cautious. People will already learn a lesson. It will be a kind of deterrent for them that others are getting death sentence. So they must not do any such acts. Okay. I hope these points are all clear to you. You have finally understood how to write the body paragraphs effectively. Just make sure of one thing, that whatever you are writing, please explain your points. Do not leave the examiner confused. Do not leave him thinking of like, why have you written this? So if you are explaining the points, you are good to go. And remember that every paragraph must have just one main idea that you have discussed. Don't write too many ideas because you will not be able to explain them and the paragraphs are going to be too lengthy. So with these ideas, with this explanation, I hope you are good to start with the practice. Do let me know in the comment section if you still have any doubts, and I'll be more than happy to solve all your queries. Do share your answers with me as well. The email ID has also been mentioned for your reference. I'll be waiting for your responses. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do like this video and subscribe to my channel as well by pressing the bell icon, because whenever I'll be coming up with any new videos, you'll be notified. Alright, thank you so much. Signing off, Harpreet.